Well, happy Monday, and it is a happy Monday, you bet. You're at Joyful Mondays, and I am Joy Ruff, and I am your leadership and style consultant, a signature style specialist, speaker, executive producer, TV host, and podcaster. And I am always delighted to spend time with you. Let's start this week off with a bang. I have a guest here that I've been waiting for. You know, we have change, connections, collaborations. And change is the leading word because we never know what's going on, but we ride the wave. And here we are. My friends, the work that I do is with women who want to amp up their wow factor. And one of the things that we're going to be talking about today is how you organize your closet. But my featured guest is going to come to you. I love her title. She goes under the Stellar Lux Life Coach, Effeminate Brilliance Mentor. I love that reading because all of the words fit what we're about here on Joyful Monday and Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. But let me say that when you show up here initially on Joyful Mondays, it's always for initially the first 5-10 minutes max, sharing some tips with you about style and how you organize and how you find your rhythm, your flavor, and your flow. Because it's all about you. You don't care about what somebody else is doing. You might want to get a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But then there's so many nuances to finding what's best for you. So when I gave this a title, Organize and Fit Your Closet, and edit it so it fits you, and why it's important for style, I want to start off sharing with you some quotes and a few tips that will enlighten you. I'm putting together some packages that you're going to love. But for now, we're giving you a little bit of juice that will get you started on your style journey. You already have it. Maybe you just want to amp it up a wee bit, tweak it a wee bit, and all those other adjectives. So when we talk about closets, you know I love quotes. I cannot help but share some quotes with you. And I'm going to be shortening it a wee bit because each guest I bring on, I want them to have more time. And that time is for them to deliver to you their vision, the mission, and the purpose that they're all about. But when we talk about closets, let's start off with this quote. This is one that keyword is almost everyone has heard of, familiar with, but we're going to send it out on the airwaves again. This lady said, I like my money where I can see it hanging in my closet. Now, for those of you who are Sex and the City fans, that was Carrie Bradshaw. How could you not love that? Because it was so typical of her. Her style and how she put things together, that was her style. You have to give her that. I love that quote. It really fits. And then here's another one that connects and relates to that. Health, love, happiness, and a walk-in closet. You can't beat it. Can you guess who coined this? Again, most everyone, some people, many people, never all. That was California Closets. Isn't that a great tagline? Health, love, and happiness is when I walk into my closet, into my walk-in closet. Most of us have a closet that you ease into and kind of look around and see what's in there. And how about adding some humor? You know I love humor, and humor is whoop. It's what gets you through the day, no matter what change, transition, good, bad, or so-so, or indifferent you're going through. And this one, I was about to say one of the few, but I'm going to back up a wee bit and take that back. I think there are many, but everybody has a different take on different things, but I like humor. So I brought this one in because it is humorous, no matter where you sit with this. And it's really not funny. The single best thing about coming out of the closet is that nobody can insult you by telling you what you've just told them. Now, that walks away somewhat from clothes and how you organize, but that was said by Rachel Maddow. And I just think she's great. Some people don't. That's life. Not everyone is ever going to love you. And we can add in some more humor here. We love laughter, so listening to this one. There's something about a closet that makes a skeleton terribly restless. That was said by Wilson Miser. But let's get to the reality of a closet, my friends. When you want to amp up your style and make it easy for you so that you can flow in and out of it and pull together whatever you need for whatever occasion, you have to orchestrate that closet just like you orchestrate your business. Line up things where it works and fits in your lifestyle for what you need: tops, bottoms, pants, and categorized by sleeveless, sleeve, three quarters, whatever. You need to be able to do that. And when I say you need, I keep saying, my friend said to me, you're invited. Because once you start this way of organizing and editing whatever's in your closet and bring it more where it fits your flow and your energy, you're going to find it saves you so much time. It doesn't have to be mix and match everything, matchy, matchy, matchy. But if you color organize it, if you organize it by styles, and also organize it by the things that you wear often, they're all your favorites in that closet, or they, I'm inviting you to say they should be, ought to be, could be. Yet, there are certain items that most of us wear frequently because we love them. Usually it's a pair of pants or a skirt or a dress, and then you accessorize it however it fits your rhythm and your flow. You know, we love those words. One of the things that I love about the lady that I'm bringing here on today is that she is a wordsmith too, and I love the title that she gave herself. I love stellar. I love power. I love sovereign, because that's who and what we are as women. Now, we're not sexist here. We have men who come on this show too. And most of us who are on this show, we love and adore men. So, but I'm talking now about closets and how you orchestrate it. But this applies to men as well, but more so for women because we have more, don't we? I think we do. Pretty much so. So I just want you to take that to heart. And let's end with a bit of reality. Opening up your closet, my friends, for you, for me, for all of us who care, really care about your presence and your image, should be like arriving at an opening of the greatest premiere. You're walking in there and you know where you're going and what you have to wear and what you have to choose. You ought to be able to walk in there and select boom, 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 1, 2, 3, what you need to go to that affair and show up as your best self. You know, these are expressions that all of us have coined, and we all use them, express them in different ways. Your best self, I like. Be the best you. And you can do that spur of the moment. Many of us do, contingent upon all the variables. But as you begin to build your wardrobe, build that closet to what is easy and comfortable and loving for you, you will find it best to do that. Now, let's get going here. Let me do this. Let me do a quick reset. And then when I come back, I'm going to do a quick introduction to this leading lady who's coming on here today. And then we're going to get going with a conversation that I can't wait to have. So if you are not a member of Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies, every week, I don't change. Or I change a lot, but not for this. Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. And every guy out there, you have a lady that you love, admire, and absolutely would give everything to die for. Her vision, her mission, and her purpose, it matters. So we're celebrating women here because it's our time. And that's not to emasculate, bash, blast, or blame men for anything. No, that's not what we as powerful, strong, empowered women are all about. And we're going to be talking a lot about that a little bit later. You hear me say all the time, know thyself, because all of us have different ways and means of doing that. Your higher source, your highest vibration, the God source that you believe, it's probably different somewhat for everyone. But yet, remember that you are a beautiful puzzle and you're going on your treasure hunt. So you want to find the pieces and put them all together so you are always your best self. Here's a freebie. And it's time for discovery. Even if you feel, as my momsy would say, that you know everything, well, already you're in deep you know what, because it won't hurt you to take this and look at it and see what it offers you. I often say that it's somewhat new, but it really isn't new. It's been out for a while. It's just my take on human design. And the lady that I'm working with is one of the best reports that I was able to gain, and I wanted to share it with you. So that's your call. Now, let me share a little bit about our guest today. phenomenal in so many ways. Her name is Jane Morba. I love her title. I'm going to say it again. She has a title of Stellar Lux Life Coach, Effeminate Brilliance Mentor. How could you not love that? And here's what she says: if you want to live a full and complete life, you need to have flexibility. Didn't we start off with change? To pursue your dreams. And she said, for women who have seen a thing or two and who are wanting to create passive income on autopilot using the power of branding and social media, well, there's so much more. Jane is a phenomenal and transformational and trailblazing, pioneering female. I don't know if she sees herself that way, but I do. And she's all about the things that we love: empowerment, power, the divine feminine, and all of that. So, my friends, I say it every week, and I'm going to say it again. I want you just to sit back and relax and help me welcome our featured guest speaker today who arrived. Jane, come on up, as they say.
Hello, Joy. What a wonderful introduction. I'm so delighted to be here on Monday, Joyful Mondays with you. I couldn't think of a better way to start the week to be in joy with you. So
Well,
thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you for that. I know, and I don't hide, and neither do you. Share some issues. You had some issues with your technology, and I see you're on your phone. Is that correct?
Yes, I couldn't get on StreamYard through my laptop at the moment, so I apologize, but we will still make it dazzling.
Listen, it's your video. I do this so that people can have something to promote further what they do, and also in the process what we do here. But it doesn't work as well. But what I like about you is, like me and most of the women that I know, we never let anything stop us. We just keep going. So
That's
here
right.
you are. Jane, your background and the work that you're doing is phenomenal. But before we get going with what you're doing now, give us a little bit about your background, how you
Oh,
came to what you're doing now.
well, a little bit about my background is I had this wonderful opportunity to pursue my talents and dreams of being a photographer. I was a photographer out in the West Coast, documenting people's weddings, actually, and being a photojournalist in a lifestyle magazine. I grew up with deaf parents, so I understand the whole range of communication visually, and I am part of the deaf community. And that whole journey of being a photographer, I really learned how to pursue my talents, find some really joy in my life, create an income that I really was delighted by, and meeting incredible people and locations, and pursuing what I really loved was photography. But after amount of time, I needed to pivot, like many people do, and I embraced the digital marketing aspect of life and life coaching.
I love that. And you know what I love, Jane? I meet the most fascinating, interesting women who I have this insatiable curiosity, and so do you. I know that, not knowing you, but knowing you. But of all the conversations that we shared and the time that we spent together in conversations, I didn't know, and you did not share, that your parents were deaf and you're a big part of that community. I get that because I had a relative who had a hearing issue. And listen, that's a big, big commitment. And if you, I'm sure you're in part, you said you're part of the community. That in itself is great. But how you came to do the work you're doing, I love your title, Stellar Lux Coach, the best coaching. Tell us how doing that and showing women how to release the past is so important to you, and how you're showing them so they can have a vision for business opportunities as they move forward, as you are.
Yes, I really embraced life coaching. I committed, I invested into myself so I can be a coach for myself, and I can be a leader and a conduit for other women so they can step into their power and vision. And it's not always the place that we have it all, and we have to release those limiting beliefs. We need to get organized, with how we're going to set up our life in our physicality, our energy, and our career and our wealth and our relationships. So I love being in this space of supporting women to be their boldest, their bravest, their courageous and creative. We're creative, intuitive people. So why not do a business that we are lit up about? And I want to support women really in very specific ways to know they don't have to feel worthy all the time. They can just put into action a plan that they will create wealth. They can work with a business opportunity that comes along. They can step into a vision that they want. But if we don't write this down, if we don't organize it, if we don't set it up, then we're going to miss the mark. So I'm really jazzed about helping women step into that and be a conduit for women's empowerment, their sovereignty, how they really want to live. And so that is like a big part of my mission and statement.
I love your wording. I love the way you express that because I think most of us, and I've started to say, you say you're a conduit, and I get that because I think all of us who are pioneers and female trailblazers and all united, working together to empower us more. For me, I always say, me, myself, you plus us together.
Mm,
We do this. And you said, I have, it's not like I have experienced this and I want to share this because I am still connected. Love that. And jazz, you get jazzed up about what you're doing because you're excited. You've been there, you're still there, and you want to share that with other people. And you have the knowing and the knowledge to do that. And you're part of a community that's valuable. They all are, but you're taking that further and amping it up. I love that. I love that because we are catalysts for all of the women that we run into and that we work with. I for
mm.
you, you for me. I think that's from the Three Musketeers, but it's still verbiage. You know, the classics stay with you forever. How do you champion women's confidence and spiritual power? I'm asking you that simply because in the opening, I read off that you're very much about branding and social media. And most all of us, 90% probably, if not more, we are working online as entrepreneurial women, solo or with a team or a group. So, how are you offering this social media branding power? How do you champion women that way? Give us enough seed that they're going to want to know and get to you.
Well, first, usually in the coaching space, we do a little bit of an onboarding, a little bit of an intake form. Where are people's vision for themselves? And then I would go through this like questionnaire with them and try to identify really the archetypes of what they want to project in the world, what's really connecting to their soul in an innate way. And then we'll have a safe container and we'll go through a process. I can do kind of a brand visionary visual audit for them. And we have so many tools and guidance to get people to a place that they feel super lit up about, that they're going to come out and do their brands with their vision, say, their colors, their fonts. Maybe they're edgy, maybe they're elegant, maybe they're a rebel, maybe they're classic. Let's identify, let's, fine tune that. And then we can add in language and the creativity of how we're going to show up online, how we do videos, and plug that in to the product they're going to sell. So they feel more confident, courageous, intuitive, and collectively magnetize the people and the audience that they want to connect with. We're not going to reach everybody. We're just going to keep refining. It's almost like a curation. We're going to curate who we are, and they'll have a safe container with me because I'm an intuitive person and I'm a creative person. I understand it can get confusing. So they would be really in good hands with this process together. And then we work with women collectively that we're all holding each other accountable. And then we start riding the wave and we go for it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's getting to be my favorite expression. You said quite a bit there, and I loved it all. It was very educational and enlightening for me, but you keep using the word we. How does the we play into this?
Oh, that's good. Well, we're never really out there all alone. We usually have teams with us. So I've invested. I just want to reassure women that they're in a safe container with me because I've invested. I've worked through different branding coaches. I've been very loyal actually to coaches, and I would expect that people do that with me. And I have resources. I have uh, marketing strategists. I have people who can do tech, can work with the vision. They can do video editing. So when I say we, I can plug people in to the technology and the support system so we can move people along their journey too. That's how I feel that people shouldn't be feeling like they're alone. It's just going to be me. I have resources. I have, I'm in your community, Joy. That's a huge resource I would love to plug people into. That's what I'm talking about. We're a huge community for women now, and we're not alone. We are rocking it in that way.
That's good. I love your jazz. I love your verbiage. You're rocking it that way and get them jazzed up and lit up. Lit up is a good one too. And they get lit up because they feel comfortable and you are a safe container.
Yeah.
And you use words that are very endearing and heartfelt for me, Jane. Loyal, loyalty and integrity, honor, all of these. I like to say old-fashioned words, but they've been here since the beginning of time and they'll be here long after we're gone. But yet, and I'm not negative, far from it, oftentimes we find, I'm sure you have somewhat, they're on the back burner today because people we're in the Insta society. Everybody wants everything overnight and not the time to invest and learn and get into it. I heard you mention the word invest before. You made an investment in you so that you can have all of the resources required outside of who and what you are and what you do to send people to. I think that in itself is great. None of us does anything alone. We need a group, a community, a team. And that's the beauty of it. What lights you up? What gets you lit up? I know the answer, maybe, but I want to hear most about the fabulous women that you're working with. It's different for each and every one of them, I know, but what's the base bottom line for you?
Well, I think the women I'm connecting to have accomplished a lot of things in life. They have families, or they're single. They want to have more of a vision, and they're high quality women. They understand the level of mindset work, personal growth, investing in themselves, their body, their physicality, their wellness. And so the women that I'm really connecting with believe that they deserve more in life, that they are desirous of their and worthy of their desires, and that they're committed to a schedule, a system, because they want to be more than just 97% of the people who just are going to wait. They really want to take action, and we will help women take action. I will help women take action. And I do that for myself, and I will also invite people into what's their next level. And these income producing opportunities right now that you don't even have to make a course, you can actually ride into something that you can really resell. So right now it's an awesome time. And actually it is the time. It is the
Yes,
time to take a stand for what you want. So I work with really high quality women in that regard.
That's verbiage that I like. It resonates to the marrow of my bones. But high quality leaves me with a huge question mark for many of us today. Because even though we are, all of us, many don't see and feel that because the confidence and the power of having that. Even though you're working with high quality women, are they the women who really know that they could use and utilize much of your guidance? That's a double edge, but I really need you to answer that because I think a
That's a
lot of
good.
women, Jane, are out here who probably want it and maybe the confidence isn't right there at the top enough to ask for help, support, guidance.
Okay, that's a good question. Well, that's where the skills as a marketer comes in. Oops,
Yes.
sorry, I apologize. That's where the skills as a marketer comes in because we have to invite people to think about certain questions in videos online, to question their own belief system, to question why aren't they moving ahead further. So high quality means they're willing to be a visionary. They're willing to see what other people are doing, who are courageous, who are intentional, who are creative and intuitive. And why can't they have that too? So
Yes.
why so it is comes into play, the marketing skills of showing up and inviting people. I mean, it takes so much time to keep being in people's energy fields or space or online to get people's attention. So that's our responsibility as marketers to question women so that we can pull them forward. And they'll need to
Jane,
learn that too. They'll need to learn those skills too.
Jane, I never gave you kudos. And as the expression is today, I'm old school, old fashioned back in the day, but I attempt to keep up, give you your flowers. You gave me the seed of saying you're invited to. I use it all the time now because I was so used to saying I want you to, or I would like, or need. No, you're invited to view. And what you just said is that they're willing to be. And there has to be that, and that hunger and that need. I really celebrate you and the work you're doing because I know how needed it is, and we will work together at some point. But in the meantime, I want my engineer to put up your graphic that you did for us. I think you said it was a video or something, but tell us how we're going to get to this and what this is about, because the time goes here. We only have 4 minutes left. Now, this talks about, I love your stellar looks. And you are really, I wanted you to give me a label for which style category you're in because I'm loving it. It is you as I know you. But what is that poster? What are you inviting people to do?
Well, it says the feminine brilliance, formula, and I would invite them to take me up on an audit of their own visibility, their vision of how they're
Yes.
showing up in their images. Since I was a former photographer, I have some skills in this, and I can ask them to have this session with me. It's a complimentary session, and I will do an audit for them, and we can go through their images and see where they're more lit up, where they want to evolve into the next vision of themselves. So that is the offer I have for the community. Anybody who's listening, come inside. Let's do a little bit of a complimentary audit on your vision. You might be surprised where you want to show up and where you want to go next.
I love that. But you know what? On your poster, we didn't have a website or an email or anything. It's just that. But I'm going to ask my engineer to scroll that across the bottom because you're going to get this, but it needs to go out where people can get this and
Yeah.
know how to connect with you. And every graphic that we do, we ask that they do that because it just makes it easier for you. And before we go, my love, the time just goes here. And you and I could go on and on and on. We have that simpatico together. But what category of style would you put yourself in? Are you I'm going to ask you to tell me. And it doesn't matter. Let me say this, and I'm assuming, which is deadly, but I know you. It doesn't matter what style you are. You will support others. This is what I say all the time, to find their rhythm and flow and their style, because it can't be you. It has to be them.
Mm.
So, what style category are you classifying yourself?
I
Because
I
I have
think
a name
I
for you.
my iconic nature feels a bit eclectic. So I could be partially in Ibiza and in some rogue type of outfit. So I'm a mixture. So I feel a bit global and eclectic with a spark to inspire as a visionary.
I love it. I love it. That is so good. And that is so you. I would put that under one word with two subs, but it's all the same. I love it. Jane, I celebrate and applaud you for showing up here because I know you had some issues with your technology, but yet you showed. I cannot tell you how I celebrate women like that because it's so easy to say, oh, what the heck, forget about it. but you came. We
Uh,
don't like to do broadcasts here on a cell phone. We prefer the desktop, and so do you. But you showed up, so I'm celebrating you for that. I'm going to say thank you and so long for now. Stay if you can, and my engineer is going to put you in the green room, and I'll be with you in just a second.
all right. Thank you. It was such a
Thank
delight.
you, thank you, thank you.
Okay.
My friends, whatever you do, you need to connect with this phenomenal. I use that word about 100 times here today because she is. Her heart is there. Her soul is connected. She's all about the divine feminine. And I love her word. She wants you to be in the high quality vibration that you are already in. She wants to support you in elevating it. And so do I. We do it in different ways, but under the same umbrella. So wherever you are, be and stay well. Make this one of the best weeks ever. And you and I will be together again, same time next week. Until then, all the best always and much, much love. Cheers.